Many thanks for joining us on the news at this hour. I am Joy Annie. At top stories. 2027 presidential election will be easiest for President Tinubu, says Barrister Nyesom Wike. FCT Minister to inspect Maitama flooding as aid defends handling of crisis. SDP Chairman Gombe hails INEC, urges opposition to unite ahead of 2027. An Inspector General of Police talks tough, declares Django Justice as homicide. And now the news in detail. The FCT Minister we'll take the news. The FCT Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's faces has easiest presidential contest yet in the 2027 election, describing Nigeria's opposition as weakened and depleted. Barrister Wike made the assessment while reacting to the outcome of the recent Osun State governorship election in Abuja. He also defended the credibility of the election process, rejecting claims that federal might was deployed in favor of the ruling APC. The minister further compared the political environment ahead of 2027 with the uncertainty surrounding the 2023 presidential election, arguing that the opposition currently lacks the strength and cohesion needed to unseat the incumbent. Here is Barrister Nyesom Wike. To you in a subsequent bulletin. Meanwhile, the minister further compared the political environment ahead of the 2027 with uncertainty surrounding the 2023 presidential election. Now, the recent flooding in parts of Abuja has prompted the FCT administration to order the immediate demolition of houses found obstructing designated water channels. Now, the FCT Minister Barrister Nyesom Wike says the exercise will begin immediately and continue through Saturday, irrespective of the status of the property owners or ongoing political activities. Speaking after inspecting flood-affected areas in Maitama, Wike blamed the flooding partly on human activities, including construction on waterways, blocked drainage channels, and indiscriminate dumping of refuse. He also insisted that the administration has the political will to enforce Abuja development regulations. Now, FCT Minister Barrister Nyesom Wike says two major road projects in Abuja are expected to be completed and handed over to residents by the end of December. Barrister Wike says the contractors handling the project, particularly CGC, have demonstrated commitment by working day and night despite limited mobilization. The project includes the Isaac Road, awarded in 2014, with its first place covering about 5.4 kilometers and 2 interchanges. Speaking during an inspection of the project, the minister commended the contractors for supporting the administration's development agenda and urged other companies to emulate their commitment. He expressed confidence that Bill's project will be completed before the end of the year. Take you to the Area Council. The Abadi Area Council administration, under the leadership of the chairman Alhaji Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, has officially conducted the 2026 tender bid opening exercise at the Abadi Area Council Conference Hall Secretariat. A statement issued by the chairman's chief press secretary, Comrade Abu Muhammad, said the chairman Umar was ably represented at the exercise by the council secretary, Mr. Agaba Audu, who attended the official opening of the bid. Speaking on behalf of the chairman, Mr. Agaba Audu assured all participating bidders that the procurement process will be conducted with utmost transparency, fairness, and accountability. in strict compliance with due process and relevant guidelines. He emphasized that the council administration remains committed to ensuring a credible He also said that the administration remained committed to ensuring a credible and transparent procurement process that provides equal opportunities to all qualified bidders while promoting value for public resources. Mr. Garba Audu thereafter officially declared the 2026 tender bid opening exercise open and proceeded with the formal opening of the submitted bids in the presence of participating bidders and relevant officials. The exercise forms part of the Abadi Area Council Administration's commitment to strengthening transparency, accountability, and due process in implementation of its development programs and projects across the Area Council. In attendance were a representative of the FCT Minister, the Council Director of Administration, Chief of Staff to the Chairman, Head of Procurement and Logistics, all supervisory councillors from various departments, senior special assistants, heads of departments, amongst others. Now, the national chairman of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, Professor Sadiq Gombe, has described the outcome of the Osun state governorship election as a major lesson for Nigeria's political parties ahead of the 2027 general elections. Gombe made this known at a news briefing in Abuja. A correspondent, Topsy Gimba, reports.
Professor Umar Sadiq Gombe noted that SDP's inability to participate fully in the Osun election was largely due to the late resolution of a court case concerning its governorship candidate and the subsequent delay in obtaining a certified true copy of the judgment. Professor Gombe used the occasion to commend the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for what it described as a professional conduct of the poll.
If the people of Osun will come out and stand out and defend their mandate, I dare challenge my fellow northerners that bear the brunt more than any other part of this country and the southeast. In fact, even the southwest is something that I go everywhere. So if the people of Osun will come out and do what they did to rescue their country, then the people of Zamfara, the people of Katsina, the people of Maiduguri, Yobe, Sokoto are better placed in a position to come out and do much more than what the people of Osun did.
The SDP chairman said one of the major lessons from the election was the Nigerian voters could reject the influence of political parties and vote according to their convictions. Gombe, however, raised concerns over the scale of security and personnel deployed during the Osun election, saying the experience presented another major challenge for the 2027 general election.
Because the last election it was 30-something, 33, 34, the turnout, which is worth about 26 million out of 93 million registered voters. It's not even up to 30%. The last turnout in the general elections is 20-something. So in Osun it was 49% turnout. Despite all that happens, critical leaders of opposition parties, indeed even the ruling party, they will not shy away to tell you that yes, SDP, in fairness, your candidate is the best for the job, has the best of understanding of Nigeria, is the best in terms of character, in terms of confidence, in terms of capacity, in terms of knowledge. But nonetheless, are we ready for SDP? I say you might not be ready for SDP. Nigerians are ready for SDP, but we are going to see that from Osun. And just like prophecy came through, the Osun people have proven that yes, if they believe in something, we will go for it.
The SDP chairman also appealed to opposition political parties to learn from Osun and consider forming a credible coalition ahead of 2027, adding that any proposed alliance must be based on national interests rather than the personal ambitions of individual politicians. Topsy Gimba, reporting for ASO Television News.
The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has asked the International Air Transport Association, IATA, to review the current QRW code assigned to Osubi Airport in Delta State, saying the code does not accurately reflect the airport's official name or its location in Osubi town near Wari. Although the airport serves the Wari metropolitan area and is sometimes referred to as Wari Airport, the federal government insists that its proper geographical designation is Osubi Airport. The minister has suggested that IATA consider alternative codes including OSU, OSB, SUB and QSB, subject to availability and IATA's coding standards, as he directed airline operating at the airport to ensure that tickets, boarding passes, baggage tags and other passenger documents identify the airport as Osubi Delta State. The NCAA, FAN, NAMA and other relevant aviation agencies have similarly been directed to update their records, systems and publication to reflect the designation. The minister says the move is aimed at ensuring accuracy and consistency across Nigeria's aviation and travel systems and avoiding confusion for passengers and other stakeholders. The federal government says the review is intended to strengthen Osubi Airport's identity while recognizing its important role in serving the wider Wari metropolitan area. For the 2026 Nigeria-China Food Festival, as the National Institute for Hospitality and Tourism, NIHOTOA, and the China Cultural Center step up collaboration ahead of the event. The Director General and Chief Executive Officer of NIHOTOA, Are Abisoye Fagabde, made the Director of the China Cultural Center and Cultural Counselor in Nigeria, Mr. Yang Jianjing, as part of follow-up engagement on the festival. The meeting focused on key areas of preparation for the Nigeria-China Food Festival 2026. Discussions covered program coordination, logistics, culinary and cultural showcases, stakeholders' participation and other collaborative effort aimed at ensuring a successful event. The engagement also reaffirmed the commitment of NIHOTOA and the China Cultural Center to using food, culture and hospitality to promote mutual understanding and strengthen people-to-people relation. While you're watching ASO Television News, we are live on the STV channel 392, also on Star Times TV channel 127 and Free TV channel 507. We are also on the UHF band on channel 38. And still to come on the news. Fleeing celebrity drug campaign arrested as NDLEA smashes cocaine cartel. Stay with us for this and more after this break.
In Biggie's house, there is no place to hide. And even when you think no one is watching, the energy can swing in an instant. This BB Naija Season 11, everything burns brighter. Only the biggest moves tip the scale, because nothing is given, but everything is for the taking. When the world watches, will you be outshined? Or will you step up and take the spotlight? Big Brother Naija Season 11 starts Sunday, July 26th, showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 49. Headline sponsor, Bet Power.
Now, many thanks for staying there. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Tunde Disu, has issued a stern public warning against jungle justice and mob action, declaring that anyone who assaults or kills a suspect outside the law will be prosecuted for murder. He stressed that the measures have become necessary to checkmate the rising cases of extrajudicial killing across the country. The IGP, in a viral video on social media and monitored by newsmen delivered a direct message to the public, citing specific sanctions of Nigerian law and issuing new operational directives to police commands nationwide. The issue publicly and particularly made a public address to Nigerians amid growing online footage of mob attacks across the country. A particular case was the killing of 25-year-old University of Jos graduate Ibrahim Mbaya, popularly known as Ibi, who was assaulted in Jos on July 26 after being accused of stealing an iPhone 12. Police have since made arrests in connection with the killing. The police chief said mob action can no longer be excused as community justice. He noted that Sections 319 and 221 deal with murder, while Section 516 criminalizes conspiracy, giving police a broad basis to prosecute participants and enablers alike. According to the issue, anyone who assaults or similarly executes a suspected criminal in the name of mob action is guilty of murder, and the punishment for murder is death. The IGP extended liability beyond those who carry out the act under Section 516 of the Criminal Code, saying anyone who plans, incites, or encourages a mob is also criminally liable. The issue specifically warned that those who film, circulate videos, mobilize crowd, or obstruct police intervention are also part. The IGP therefore urged the public to allow law enforcement to handle suspects and refrain from taking the law into their own hands. Now, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has dismantled an international cocaine cartel allegedly using Nigeria as a transit hub to the UK, Europe, and Asia. The operation led to the arrest of its Nigerian arrowhead, luxury goods dealer and social media influencer Afolabi Kazim Michael, popularly known as KC Luxury. Now, NDLEA Chairman Brigadier General Muhammad Buba Marwa disclosed this on Tuesday, August 18, 2026 in Lagos, where he said investigation began after operatives intercepted 184.50 kilograms of cocaine concealed in a carrier consignment in Lagos with an estimated international value of 39 billion naira. The investigation also led to the arrest of Lawal Mujab Kehinde, a staff member of the logistics company allegedly used by the cartel to process and route drugs consignment. Marwa said the suspect had maintained a relationship with the syndicate and was paid to facilitate shipment. Was arrested on August 13 at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Lagos, while allegedly attempting to flee to Paris. NDLEA operatives said they recovered €7.750, £2,800 and 100,000 naira in cash, alongside expensive jewelry, while exotic vehicles were recovered from his luxury apartment in Banana Island in Ikoyi, Lagos. Mara said the operation was carried out in collaboration with international partners, with some members of the syndicate also arrested in the United Kingdom. He warned that there would be no safe haven for drug traffickers and assured Nigerians that the NDLEA would continue to disrupt international drug network operating through Nigeria. Now, Nigeria's headline inflation rate declined to 15.43% in July 2026 from the 15.9991% recorded in June 2026. The National Bureau of Statistics, the NBS, in its latest Consumer Price Index, disclosed that the July 2026 figure also represents a significant decline when compared with the 24.94% recorded in July 2025. While also noting that this is following the recent rebasing of the CPI to the 2024 base year and a 2023 weight reference period. The NBS explained that the CPI rose to 145 points in July, representing an increase of 2.2% from the preceding month. The Bureau acknowledged that despite the moderation in headline inflation, food prices continue to exert significant pressure on households, with food inflation rate rising to 20.31% on a year-on-year basis in July 2026. The NBS attributed the increase in the food inflation rate to changes in the average prices of several food items, including, among others, fresh pepper, tomatoes, onion, plantain, beef, eggs, and ginger. According to the statement, Adamawa State recorded the highest year-on-year all-item inflation rate at 33.03%, while Nasarawa State recorded the lowest year-on-year food inflation rate at 7.86%. Now, still on business, the Nigeria Export Promotion Processing Zones Authority, NEPZA, has commended ZEBSED, the company managing the Abuja Industrial Park, on accelerated construction of the $300 million worth free trade zone. Managing Director of the authority, Dr. Olufemi Ogunyemi, in Abuja made a remark during a recent routine visit to the site, noting that it has just justified President Tinubu's licensing of Abuja Industrial Park as a free trade zone. The NEPZA chief disclosed that with this initiative, the administration has boosted the country's manufacturing and export indices through a United States US $300 million investment. Located in the Edu Industrial Layout Phase 4, the 250-hectare park is set to house over 170 factories and create roughly 40,000 jobs for the country's teeming youth population, and also open up the FCT for massive industrial activities. Dr. Ogunyemi, who is also the chief executive of NEPZA, urged the host committee to protect the world-class project the present administration had delivered to them, adding that only a secured environment could attract investment of this magnitude. Away from business now, Nollywood celebrities have rallied behind veteran Yoruba actor Taiwo Hassan, popularly known as Ogogo, following an appeal by his daughters for financial assistance to support the treatment of a family member battling stage 4 cancer. The appeal had generated concern within the entertainment industry, with colleagues and fans expressing solidarity with the actor and his family during the difficult period. Ogogo's daughters called for the public support, explaining that the advanced stage of the illness requires urgent and sustained medical attention. They appealed to well-meaning Nigerians to assist the family in meeting the treatment cost. Members of the Nollywood community have responded by offering prayers, encouragement, and support to the veteran actor. The development has also renewed calls for greater support for families facing the financial burden of cancer treatment. The family continues to seek assistance as efforts are made to provide the needed medical care. Supporters have urged Nigerians and others willing to help to rally around the family during this challenging period. And friends, family members and well-wishers gathered at the First Baptist Church, Garki, Abuja, to celebrate the 65th birthday and retirement from active service of the President of the Nigerian Baptist Convention, Reverend Dr. Israel Adelane Akanji. The event also marked a transition in the leadership of the convention as Reverend Dr. David Olushola Idowu assumed office as the new president. Kabiru Jibril reports.
It was an atmosphere of praise and thanksgiving at the First Baptist Church, Garki, Abuja, as members of the Nigerian Baptist Convention, family, friends, and well-wishers gathered to celebrate Reverend Israel Akanji on his 65th birthday and retirement from active service. Guest speakers at the occasion used the opportunity to call on young Nigerians to embrace selfless service and play an active role to the development of the country.
We have a lot of common ground. We just have to live together as Nigerians, some of whom happen to be Christians, some happen to be Muslims. but living together as citizens of the same nation, loving and working under God.
And we are proud and happy to say congratulations both on your retirement and your birthday. And we look forward to many more years of continuing service in the new era of your post-retirement. And we thank God for you.
Just like in the corporate world, I dare say, you're a unicorn in the spiritual world. A man of exceptional leadership, a man of courage. And when I speak of courage,
And together, God gave us the grace to work and even provide some form of leadership to so many other churches around. We are really, really grateful.
As we celebrate with you the goodness of God in your life and family, God is telling you, you are empowered to flourish more. To flourish is to prosper. To flourish is to succeed more. And as you move on in life, you will flourish the more in the name of Jesus.
The celebration also featured the launch of a book containing a compilation of Reverend Akanji's sermons, articles, and press releases. As he bows out of active service, tributes continue to pour in for the outgoing president. Kabiru Jibril, ASO Television News.
And a supersonic S. Jesus!